boy, Holly's favorite manager, Thomas Tuchel, being sacked in the wee hours here in North America. Were you guys shocked?
Yeah, I was pretty shocked.
Bam kind of predicted it. He kind of called it yesterday. You
Did I?
said when I was messaging you about the game, you're like, he's probably Tuchel's probably about to get sacked. You messaged that. You can check the group.
I don't even remember saying that.
You said Tuchel's about to get sacked. I was like, probably. And then I'm getting in bed, checking the late night text, see what's popping, and I get a alert Tuchel's fired. I was like, well, that's the best text I could get right now. So he's out of there. They looked super uninspired. I actually liked the fact that they got a booming. I thought that was a good pickup for them. Like there was a couple of times that you could tell he was trying to be like a little bit. You did, right? He was trying to be. You called that. He was trying to be unselfish, but I don't. Even though I was watching Havertz, I'm like, what's going on? Do you care? Like I don't know. They look kind of over it. Zyke looked terrible. Oh my god, he looked so bad.
He did. I didn't even realize he was set to leave. Like Tuchel wanted him gone by the end of the window. So that's kind of awkward.
Yeah. He's been
And Mason Mount, he was all over the place, but like nothing fit. I was like, what are you doing?
He was on the left side and he was trying to like do moves and getting the ball stolen. He went the right side, he's turning the ball stolen. The crowd was getting buck wild every time they got the ball. So it was so funny. I was like, damn, they're loving this.
I do think Thomas Tuchel is a good coach. He's only been there since January last year.
It's 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Why did you always wear out his welcome? What's going on here?
Well, I do think the situation was a little different. Well, I'll just say this. He finished fourth that first season and they won Champions League and they finished third last season. But that team went through it because of the war last year, this year. Like the team just got completely overhauled owners wise. And then you bring in Todd Bowley, who I did do some research on. And I have my theories about this situation with Mr. Tomness. Todd Bowley, the owner of the did I forget? Who he owns the Dodgers, right? No, he doesn't own the Dodgers. Who does he own again?
He owns the Dodgers.
Is it the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering, I was like, why does Tuchel not want to play Pulisic ever? Like, how does it, like, why? I'm like, you got Loftus-Cheek, who is really bad. Why does he never want to play Pulisic? But I'm thinking Thomas Tuchel or Tuchel, he's not getting down with Pulisic's politics. I think that Thomas Tuchel is a leftist, and he's like, look, I seen you liking them January 6th tweets, Christian Pulisic, and Todd Bowley, he's some billionaire. I was looking up his political donations. Yes, I does that. And he donated, I don't know Holly's politics. I'm not trying to guess here, but but Todd Bowley did donate more to Republicans and Democrats in 2020. And, maybe Tuchel met him. And, maybe Todd Bowley rubbed him the wrong way.
Tuchel is extremely German. He's like, this is ridiculous. I'm not doing it.
I don't know what extremely German means. I don't know what that means. But
I mean, current era German, not like back then. Well, the prime minister is leftist, right?
The chancellor of Germany?
Chancellor, yeah. Whatever the hell they call. Goddamn, they got too many titles.
He's no leftist, but
Okay.
But I think this is a political situation. And Thomas was like, I'm out of here. I don't really want to be here. He's taken 13 million pounds to the bank for leaving. And he's like, peace out.
I think that's a fun it's fun research you did. Fun research.
Who else is doing it?
It's entirely possible, and I'm not saying it's impossible. Okay, it's plausible.
You'll see.
But what I think happened is, let's keep it real. I talked about this last season of the show. You cannot have a successful team, especially in a league competition, when your top scorer has 5 goals. Literally, they were into March or May, and 6 players were tied with 4 goals, and that was like the leading scorer had 6. I'm like, you're not going to have a successful campaign if you have a consistent person that you can pass it to get the results you need. Like, yeah, this team ball thing is fun in Champions League where you're playing Wednesday after Sunday games and it's sporadic and you have a lot of players of high energy and they have a lot of midfielders and wingers and just throwing them at you all day. You're going to win. But when it comes to consistent league play on the back end of those games, you need players that are just going to be there and do that damn job every time. They don't have they haven't had a top 5 Premier League striker in many years. So like, what's going on here? And so they got Lukaku last year. It didn't work out. He dipped. It's just not working. I think Tuchel is also a good coach, but also I think Tuchel's problem is that I think that he also thinks that his way is the only way. I don't think he's very open-minded and trying to like diversify his offense and see what he can do offensively. His formation was a little weird. Even his team, the formation is goofy. I don't really know what's going on up top. I just kind of see like a bunch of small wingers running up there and trying to score. I don't know. It's hard to read that team, and I just think that because of the donations, they just let him go. That's probably what happened. So the president's doing it. No, I'm playing, but yeah, I just didn't think it worked out.
Yeah, but for me, I think it's like for the longest time now, Chelsea have been like a here and now team. They haven't thought about the future. They have so many academy kids. Like they haven't thought of building from their own academy in a while. Like sure, there's been a few kids who've come out, but like they ship them off all the time. And that kind of brings up the fact that like so like what Graham Potter is like their uh number one pick after Tuchel, and like he's coming from Brighton, who is literally known for they have such a good system going on. Like they know how to build a club. And if he I see so many people on the internet being like, Graham Potter, don't pick up the call. Like don't
Don't do it,
answer
dog.
Chelsea's call because like he's gonna have a like one season, and if he doesn't perform, like he'll be gone too. Like I think Chelsea just don't know what they're doing.
I don't think so either. And I think also they did have a lot of turnover. I think we undervalue like having like a massive ownership change. You know, Roman was there for a long time, like a long time. And all of a sudden he's gone. The money's still there, but leadership in terms of ownership, he might have a completely different vision. And his vision might be more price based. It might be more price line, more than success. I mean, the Tammy Abraham thing is another blunder and consistent blunders in Chelsea being able to retain their youth talent, right? Like there has to be a reason why this guy can score 20 goals over here but not do anything here. There got to be a reason. So
It's Syria.
yeah, I know, but he's just a big striker. Like, I mean, like, what are we doing here? I've already made fun of him in the past. I think he has weak ankles, but that's nothing. Like, yeah, I think that Chelsea, like you said, I think they're very much like they don't think about the long term, and that's shown in their coaches, right? From Jose to didn't they get what's his name too from Italy? What they got the Italian guy too?
They got Conte.
They've always had a
Yeah.
rotating hot seat of like coaches there.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know what side Holly's on in the war in Ukraine right now, but there are a lot of Ukrainians in Canada. But I think that situation really caused a lot of upheaval in the team. And I think that new owner, I just feel like Thomas Tuchel was not feeling him because it's weird. They have a good team and they played well this season. I just feel like Thomas, like, yeah, I don't want to stay here no more.
Also,
y'all let me go.
they spent money.
They spent a lot of money.
On players.
260, yeah. It was a record transfer window for them, I think.
Which Chelsea never does. Chelsea's like Arsenal before, where they're like super stingy on getting players sometimes. They spend a lot of money on players.
Yeah, but he was like, nah, dude.
Why would it take one result to fire him? I don't believe that. It's kind of weird.
Doug, Real Madrid lost to Sheriff last year and won the
lost to Shakhtar too.
Yeah, so like for me, I'm like, this result is not enough, dude. Like, let the team gel. You just got Aubameyang. He only played a little bit. He had a couple chances. He had like one chance where he ended up squaring it to Raheem Sterling. That was kind of weird, but it's early days. Let the team gel. They just got a center forward, which is like the thing that they needed the whole time, like on the matches that they lost. But I think it was more Thomas saying, "Look, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm not going to be repping some. You got you got a Republican player and owner. I don't want to be part of this. I don't know Holly's politics. I don't want to offend you, but you know, okay, good. But I think that's what it was. And you know what? When you find out, you're like, damn, Bam was right."
Honestly, though, Tuchel has faults with like everybody, every club he's been at. It happened at Dortmund. It happened at PSG with like the sporting director. Like,
okay, but at BVB, I remember that whoever that owner was, he's kind of a slave owner type. I remember him talking shit about Dembele and Aubameyang a couple times. We talked about it years ago on the podcast. I'm not really feeling that dude either. I don't remember who it was. And PSG, like, come on, dude. Like, it's PSG. Like, really? Like, honestly, I feel like his career would have been better if he never went to PSG. Go to
Probably.
BVB. Go to like, I hate to say it like
Yeah.
this, but go to like a real team after BVB. PSG is a clown show in a lot of ways.